Hi Libra, if you want to come on in, have a seat, take a look at your inkblot, scroll style, and we'll dig in here to explore your abstract aura. Thank you as always for holding space for me to share my insights, and let's dig in. Libra, there might be something in the subconscious air. Maybe you're working through, because I'm seeing like a video game, and I'm wondering if it's like I don't know if it's Nintendo or something. I'm actually seeing like Atari, um, like Star something, and you're like this little ship, and it's, I don't know, shooting threats or enemies. I don't know if part of the collective of Libra is working through this in the subconscious realm, internalizing, or sorry, internal mindsets, disbeliefs. But I'm seeing this video game. It's very interesting, and it's definitely in the subcon realm, in the subconscious realm there. I'm also seeing the show, movie, forgive me, I think it might be a movie. Um, Frozen. Frozen. Yeah, there's a lot of ice. There's a lot of ice around me, and um, I'm like ice picking or ice axing. Okay, but these landscapes are connected. So this star, it's star something. This video game that's like shooting threats to this ice thing. It's almost like there's a thawing happening. Libras, I don't know if you're sensing that maybe something you've frozen in time, weren't ready to contend with, or maybe you just didn't have time to earnestly like de-thaw this portion. But I'm seeing it as a gift, as an acorn, actually, very clearly an acorn. Okay, so Libras, it's as though there's a gift that you have that I feel like you've been working on in and or around, and now it's de-thawing. And as it's de-thawing in this frozen landscape, like you're climbing towards it, whatever it is that you've been doing, um, the accumulative actions and non-actions have all been like that ice mountaineer and climbing these things, while I feel like that's very conscious. And then your subcon has been dispelling any threats, or what's perceived as a threat, if that makes any sort of sense. Because this is like opening up an acorn, whatever that acorn is for you. Maybe it's a gift of a psychic ability, a gift of an idea, or how do I say, as though you've been carrying this acorn for quite some time, and I'm suddenly seeing a woolly mammoth as well. This could be past life oriented, but it feels like just something ancient within you, or like archaeological type style. And if you're like trying to push through for, job change, any channel, relationship, platonic, romantic, or simply connection, this acorn is has been with you for a long time, Libras. And a portion of the collective has brought it really close into the aura. Like at some point in time, I can see it was off in a mountain, like in the Alps or something, or Mount Everest, like somewhere just far off. And not because it was far, you put it there. You knew where it was. You knew how to get to it. And things that you've been doing have been reestablishing a resonance with it to draw it back in. Okay, I feel like that's a really... No, I appreciate that. It's quite the story. Okay. This acorn holds a frequency, and it's And I'm right here, and now I'm in the frequency. It has like this reverb about it. And then I can see static, but it's like I'm watching music, specifically like a string or a guitar string, cello, violin, something along that lines, like plucking something, and it makes that reverb if I was seeing a music chord being played. There's some sort of stand. It's on a stand as well. It's lifted up. What is this particular creature? Do I have my Scrying by chance nearby? Sorry, give me one moment here. Okay, this is old. They are old. Oh, I didn't mean to say it so many times. Crows. Also, vultures may stand out for somebody. The symbology, what I'm hearing is that these, and they're in a stand, like they're statues. And I am hearing the sound of wind as though I'm on or near the top of this mountain. It's like, ooh, I don't know. I can't redo it, but it's almost like a hollowness when there's nothing blocking it. The signal. Libras, this is very curious. I'm going to flip it to win it before we start adding on some tarot and oracles. So thank you for joining me. Like, share, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. So I got lost in that sound because it's very clearly here. And now I'm seeing as though like I'm in the cold, I'm in that frozen landscape again, and I'm bundled up and I'm walking, ice picking up or ice axing. I'm not really sure. But I can hear the wind just blowing by me like... It's very interesting because it's very much so just right here in my environment. I'm going to keep going here, Libras. I apologize. Sorry, not sorry if that was blank space, but I appreciate it as being a visitor in your energy, trying to determine, from my perspective anyway, where am I going? And I feel like I'm heading towards this. I'm on my own journey to something I placed or planted a long time ago. This lifetime or last lifetime. I just heard a voice. And this voice, like, there's somebody else on this mountain. Like, there's other Libras, or the Librarians, as I like to call you. And everyone's, like, individually doing this. But there might be another Libra specifically that, like, you can see, but there's snow. But you keep going. And they keep going. And I'm seeing glasses with windshield wipers or eyes. You keep going. Windshield wipers, some sort of clarity. Libras, this is fascinating. Thank you. I'm going to keep wandering in here because as you're consciously moving towards something that you want, something that you've done a long time ago, I have a feeling when you get to this place, now whether this frozen tundra of sorts is like an actual place, and maybe you are going to be traveling somewhere, but I really get the sense it's more an internal landscape or interdimensional landscape of the senses. This acorn that you placed somewhere a long time ago, I feel like you're gonna know where to like dig it up, and you're expecting to have to dig it up and maybe take it back with you, but I think it's gonna have grown into something. Okay, I'm gonna keep wandering down here. I'm seeing oh, interesting. I'm seeing the same thing in a smaller container. Okay, there's been aspects, Libras, of whatever this acorn holds for you, and maybe you have set it aside, planted it, etc., etc. There's been other parts of you or other ancestors, spirit guides, this, that, or the other, that have been like honoring it and growing it from under. You know how it's like as above, so below? As you were climbing as above, there's been work being done so below. So it's as above, so below, you'll bring it as above. Interesting. I feel like it's already blooming, but you may not be expecting it. We're here for Libras. Thank you. Oh my goodness. This is quite the movie. I'm going to keep going. They've been singing. There's something about chanting. There's something... okay, remember when I was like in the cold... Even though it's cold, I'm not cold, but I can feel the effects of the environment. But I did this very purposely because it's so private, because it's a very protective place. And these beings, guides, etc., aspects of yourself, they're singing or chanting or something. They're sending things out, perhaps that frequency reverb thing I was talking about. Maybe you're working with sound. You're really sensitive to frequencies right now. Like I can hear somebody turning the radio station or a disc because they're like, I really enjoyed that song, but now I don't. Like there's something about it that doesn't land, and that's okay. Anyway, and as I'm wandering through in this wind sound, I can hear that chant. I'm in the reverb. All right, Libras. I'm going to keep on going here. Keep on going. It's very much so like two parts of you. Higher self, human, this, that, or the other. That's not my concern about what I would like to name it. Have been working simultaneously in their containers of existence for this one thing. And they're held up by these statues that are of service. The crow or the vultures. We have here 5 of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. Give me 2 shakes here to see. Yeah, so the 5 of Pentacles makes me feel like I'm the one walking in the cold. Maybe something has happened, but it has actually sparked the travel back to your seed, to your source, to this acorn, to the symbolic acorn. So even though, and it created a window for you to remember, this window in here, any sort of sorrow that maybe you felt inspired the change. Inspired the change. A lot of red generating something, but this, I feel like this generating or generations have been supporting you and working on this acorn, whatever it is, for quite some time. And as you're going through this mountain climb, through this frozen tundra, you're receiving knowledge through the chords of the frequency, through the sounds of the wind. You're honing in like a hummingbird. Yeah, that's probably the closest way I can say that, or the clearest way I can say that. The hummingbird as well may mean something to someone. There's some sort of nectar. Like you've been growing. I don't know if you're expecting this acorn to be a tree, but when you get there, the fruits are going to be ready for you to receive the nectar. Lots of red, but this red is elevating. Like some sort of new-ish version of you is stepping forward. Maybe it appears new, but it still feels very old. Maybe you're returning to something from childhood, or something that you just really, taking care of some sort of responsibility, if I may. Some sort of like a responsibility to your whole self, maybe to your mindset. Maybe you're going to therapy. Maybe you're, I don't know, on, medication, or you're taking it diligently, and you're, you know what I mean? Just like kind of getting your stuff together in these aspects. Maybe, getting your food in order. Maybe you're studying something to be like, okay, do you see what I'm saying? Like it's something along that lines as examples. And then I come into the Knight of Pentacles. And I feel like this is where you become. And you remember your freedom with the horse. You remember your freedom. But it's like this five of Pentacles inspired this change for me to begin this internal or actual tangible, third eye or tangible journey. And I feel like a page. I feel like I'm beginning again, but I'm not beginning again because I know I put this acorn somewhere safe. But you feel like a page to go through it. You feel like a noob. And maybe with the video game thing from the beginning, maybe you're part of an online community of playing a video game, or you have an online community, something in that digital arena, and you're like, oh, I really want to be a part of this, but I'm new. But you're not new because you've played other games before. You know you'll catch on. You know you'll find the landscape. You know the lingo and stuff like this. You will navigate it. And then inevitably come into your king-like status. But it feels like stability, responsibility. Like your position of what it is, whatever this acorn is, and you get there to the top of your tundra tree, and it's warm, and it bears fruit, and it's almost like, well, how can that be? This tree is in the tundra, and the Libra's like, but it's being nurtured from below. It might even be within the mountain, like you have to, not have to, but to climb to the top, to the as above, and then you'll like pickaxe down in to this mountain where there's like a solarium of sorts. This is a highly cryptic message that will not resonate for everyone to navigate through, but for those that do, thank you for joining me. Okay, I'm going to add on a few more here for Libras as we get ready to close out. I'm in a video game. There's also like those Space Invader things, but I do feel like it's just a portion of yourself that you're calling in. It's like negative thoughts come in, or opinions or something. Maybe perspectives, this, that, or the other. And it's like, pew, 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 pew. I don't know if people like to project on you. I just heard that saying. I think it was from more so when I was a kid. Sticks and stones may break my bone. No, that's not it. What bounces off me sticks to you. I can't remember. Something along that lines. We're here for Libra, if I wasn't clear about it. Getting ready to close out for a little inspiration. Thank you so much. Collaborative dreaming. Restore and replenish. And diving for light. I want to note that I haven't actually seen two of these three cards before out of this deck. There's that acorn. There's that seed. It's you. Maybe you've been holding back, reserving a part of yourself that's been being restored to grow into something. Maybe through your studying, through your resonance, through the chords of the sound, through the sound, diving for light, the sound. There's something about sound. Higher frequencies. Along with the horse of your king, there's also seahorses coming through. This also, again, makes me feel very as above, so below, as above. Emotional, and seahorses may mean something to you specifically. Of course, please follow that. But this freedom doesn't feel fleeting, like it's fast, like you're guiding it. There's something being guided. And this collaborative dreaming, and now whether this is aspects of the self, like subconscious, preconscious, conscious, to intellect, imagination, intuition, apply anything in there, Libras. You have like ancestors, other people have been generating this with you. And when I say other people, this could be other versions of yourself, other existences that are paralleling you. But you are the acorn. This is you. I'm seeing feather dusters as well now around the eyes, like kind of like eyeshadows. Like I'm preparing now for something. Like I went on this journey and where they're like windshield wipers. And now I feel like I'm coming out the other end, if I may, or, starting to put this acorn in action. And like eyeshadow, I'm being presented for something. So maybe there's just, you're going to be embodying this new. Again, it's not new. It's just a version, almost like if somebody was studying criminology, let's just say, right? Studying criminology. And this is what, for the most part, everyone knows. But little did everyone else know that simultaneously, silently, the Libras were also studying drafting. You know what I mean? Like they seem separate, but they're not. Or, architect, being a psychologist, but then also working with the spirit realm. You see what I'm saying? Maybe there's like they're going to be coming together in this presentation. Anyway, Libras, I've taken up way too much of your time. Thank you so much for being my muse. I am always honored and grateful and to be a visitor in your aura and your energy. And last but not least, just as I'm about to tune out here, I'm seeing way up at the top here at the scroll a rear view mirror, like in a car, a rear view mirror, and there's a winking owl. So I don't know, I feel like there's a little something there for the folks that might be looking back and reflecting. Maybe this is part of that. I'm not really sure, but there's a little like, you got this, or you know what you're doing. I don't know if there's something quite endearing about it, but good luck on your journey, and I'll see you on the other side. Thank you.